Hi guys. So it's been a minute since we've had a video. So we're going to talk about Christmas traditions and specifically the tree. There's a lot of back and forth, especially this time of year, about which traditions are stolen from pagans and which ones originated in Christendom. But there are some facts. Pagan societies did decorate with trees, actually quite frequently. Early European pagans especially would use evergreens to decorate their homes. There's various accounts of them believing that it was a place for wood spirits or fae to winter, and to appease those spirits they would bring in, plant matter, or a symbol of fertility and growth during the winter season to lift spirits. There's also the Roman Saturnalia thing. Romans would decorate the interior of the temples dedicated to Saturnalia. Egyptians actually would decorate the inside of Ra's temples with palm fronds and things in the same kind of spirit of, bringing in life and, foliage to honor their gods. We see modern Christmas trees like, that. We see those in Germany a lot. They weren't really prolifically around Europe until later on. The documentation for them is supported around the 16th century, somewhere in there. So before that, we don't see a lot about modern trees. You do see, the things about, branches and, holly or mistletoe being brought in, and even some, decorating them with food or nuts or things to feed the fae, or lights to, appease, again, those wood spirits that they were bringing in. But Christmas trees, the way we think of them now, full of decorations and bright colors and things, that's a German thing. We see it around the 16th century, and we really don't see it widespread around Europe until Queen Victoria. Now, Queen Victoria, British queen, of course, but she loved Germany, and a lot of her family members were from Germany, so she grew up with this tradition. Her husband's family, had this tradition, and so she embraced it, and she brought a Christmas tree into the royal, home around, the estimates say, between 1840 and 1850. There was specifically an illustration in the London Times, I think it was, in the mid-1840s. I want to say that's right. My dates might be a little off, guys, so do your own research. But anyway, that illustration in, the London magazines really set off, much like the white wedding dress thing. She was a very popular queen, and so everybody wanted a Christmas tree because the royals had one, and that was, everybody wanted to be like Albert and Victoria and have a tree. So then that spread like wildfire across Europe, and it became very fashionable to have a tree in your home and to decorate it. We don't see it a lot in America until later on. We see it in the early 19th century. That's why a lot of the ornaments and things you see are either, that are antique, are imported from Europe, specifically a lot of them from Germany, or the old ornaments are the Victorian ones. And that's why, is because it really didn't become a craze until, the kind of Gilded Age over here. It became a big deal then because, again, it was a huge deal in Europe and it was catching on like wildfire. Before that, really, there was a lot of puritanical beliefs about Christmas trees. That was just one more, silly thing that, especially the people who came over here, for the whole Puritan thing. They didn't want all that, decoration and fanciness. They didn't do all that. So they kind of frowned upon the excesses of these traditions. You might exchange something small, but it wasn't, the Christmas that we see now with a lot of gifts and things. And definitely not with a lot of, bringing in lights and color and things into your home. Again, we can thank the Victorians for that. All right, guys, so as pagans or Christians, however you celebrate, whether it's Christmas or Yule, it's a perfectly lovely tradition to have the tree in your home. You know, there's lots of Christian adaptations of the tree and its meaning. All kinds of things from, you know, the story that there was a monk who cut down a tree that was, you know, dedicated to Thor, and, you know, once he cut it down, an evergreen grew in its place, and he wasn't struck by lightning, so he converted all the bad, nasty pagans into Christianity. So there's a lot of reasons to have a tree, or if you're not into trees, to not have one. But you can bring a lot of traditional pagan meaning into your home if you celebrate Yuletide or whatever. You know, a tree isn't necessarily a Christian thing. You can put woodland animals, you can even decorate it with, you know, fairies or things that represent wood spirits as a reminder of what the original intent was of our forefathers. But all in all, it's a tradition that, you know, will probably endure, and that many of us have come to accept as a normal part of this time of year. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to either, you know, comment here on YouTube, or, you know, shoot us a message over on the Cat and the Crow Georgia on Facebook. And as always, you can come visit and see our lovely Yuletide tree. We've decorated in a woodland theme, again, to honor those, you know, wood spirits and the original intent of bringing in a tree for this season. You know, we've gone with ornaments and things that represent the woods and the forest. All right, guys. Well, we hope you enjoy your Christmas traditions or Yuletide traditions, and we hope to see you guys soon. Thanks again. Bye now.